My original plan was to upgrade an old Lenovo ThinkServer that I'd been given by a neighbour, as it was no longer being used. It had an i5 650, 500GB hard drive, a 240 watt power supply, no RAM and no dedicated GPU. I planned to upgrade it with a 600 watt power supply, 8GB of RAM, and a GTX 960. A better option than the 960 is the 680, which in my case was a lot cheaper, but at the time I didn't have the knowledge that I have now. But before the neighbour and I could start upgrading, we put in the RAM and attempted to boot, but we were met with blue screens and crashes. Turned out that the motherboard was fried. So instead, I bought an i5 4460 and a motherboard to go along with it, and a new drive because the Lenovo had been in RAID and one of the drives had failed. So in fear of the other drive failing, I got a new one. I put all of these components into a Lenovo case, and after a bit of trial and error, Fugaz was born. A bit later on, I transferred Fugaz into a very nice Phantom 410, which I was given. Unlike the Lenovo, I was able to use the power button because the connectors were up to date. I used the Lenovo case for 11 later. Now that you've heard the specs, let's look at the case. Midway through shooting, I decided to do some cable management. The cables went from awful to okay. Good enough, seeing as my computer sits below my desk and has a very small window. My peripherals include a Logitech K120 keyboard, which is quite nice seeing it's so cheap, a Razer Abacus 2014 mouse, and a 22-inch Dell monitor, which is 1080p. For audio, I have a Logitech G230 headset and a JBL Flick speaker. But how does Fugaz perform in games? The i5 makes this machine great for editing 1080p, which I do with VideoPad. Videos can take anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes to render, compared to the exceedingly long 2 to 3 hours on 11. In conclusion, my main PC is great for editing, and it can handle most games at 1080p with high settings, and occasionally even higher depending on the game. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.